Doing okay, people, and I know a lot of you are probably confused what's going on, so I'm just going to speak my story, my truth. So I went to an event on Sunday. We hung around for quite some time waiting for Jeanette to turn up, and lots of people did. It was great energy, everyone again there for the same reason. It was nowhere near enough the numbers I expected to turn up or would have liked to have seen there that day. Well, on the one point, Lydia, which is I think basically Jeanette's main speaker, main runner, or now I will terminalise for everyone, terminology, is Minion. Her Minion. Now she's a lovely Minion because I've been speaking to her throughout this week, and I actually like her. I don't want to disrespect her, and I mean that in the best way, that what she is doing and what she doesn't realise she's done yet, if every single one of the followers and supporters and even survivors that are on that group or whatever sin from start to finish, they would say goodbye, it'd be game over, and that would be a lot of broken hearts. So I told my story that day because Jeanette didn't turn up, and I didn't know what we were meant to be doing, where we were meant to be going, so I did my very best to fill the gap and make sure that the day was fulfilled a bit. I won't go through the whole story. I know it was knocking around. The SRA group put it up, they've removed that off there, they've removed me off there because I've asked a few questions now. Information can be quite hard to digest, guys. Like I say, I've run through a few things. I'm just doing my very best to give everyone peace of mind and to let them know that there is no more with me helping the SRA Jeanette Archer group as such. Even if they continue, at least everyone who might follow and support that will have a bit of a better idea what they should do from this point today. So, obviously the main thing concern, I don't really know Dom. I've met Lydia a couple of times and she's a great girl. She seems to be very, very good, good heart and whatnot, and I have trust for who she is as a character, but she lost my trust when I realised that she put so much effort into defending hundreds of voicemails and voice notes, and whatnot, and messages trying to defend that Janet. And all I'm putting a simple thing was saying, there's a lot of things being mentioned across the internet. Can Jeanette face a couple of these questions, sort of thing? But she's not allowed. Jeanette's not allowed. Only Lydia's allowed to answer her questions if you want. And that's what's really made it, go from bad to worse. So me and Jeanette have been speaking throughout the week, and it's got to the point where she's blocked me, removed me of stuff after she knew that I'd screenshot everything and all that. Tying in that together, and her saying about being at the royal family, Windsor castles and stuff like that, the places where she'd been with these events, looking at it deeply, do I think people would be allowed to walk off if they were the age of 10 after having them things done to them so they can go back into the public and tell their story? I don't think so for 1 minute. I think it's a lot more cleverly run if it was done. Now, what I would say that is important for us to bear in mind, yes, when I say about the police thing, being in there for 5-6 hours, the alleged charge or offence that Jeanette has said to her very closest minions and friends, and to myself on a message, voice note, which obviously has already been on the internet, which is where she basically makes out it's attempted murder or conspiracy to murder with the Rothschilds, which I know wouldn't stand 2 seconds. That's ridiculous. It's pathetic. And if she was having that charge, do you think for a minute in 6 hours they'll release someone? No. They'll do more than just go and raid your house and investigate and start searching. They ain't letting you go nowhere for a bit. Because if you have that sort of offence, you don't have to go anywhere for days. They can hold you for days. It's 24 hours for smaller charges, maximum. But anyway, let's just say, I could be wrong, she was very lucky. Maybe she handed everything over into an interview, so she was in and out. I don't know, because she hasn't spoke to anyone, and we're not allowed to ask questions because it's demonic, satanist, and it's bad energy. So, Lydia has luckily confirmed, so I told Lydia that I swear to her, I will talk to her in a much more straightforward way about what's going on my side. If she could prove that there is documents from the police station, and possibly even show me, which would be easy, because I can show mine. There's no law on the planet, or statute act on the planet, or bail condition on the planet that will stop any man or woman showing their documents from a police station for bail. Let me make that clear. There is nothing on the planet that can stop it. So she's making out that it's so protected, nobody in the world can see it. I said to her every single day this week, if you just show me that one picture, I can show it to the people that are questioning, I can see it myself, we can all put it to rest and move on. That's never been presented. Now, Lydia confirmed this morning before allegedly doing a live to confirm all this information at 11:30 for SRA group of Jeanette's. Then she cancelled it right after I sent some more questions back to her. So she said that there is a bail sheet and she has seen it with her own 100% from her heart, so I can trust her, but I'm not allowed to see it. Okay, that's fine. Don't know why. Would have settled my mind and stopped all this right now. But that wasn't allowed to be seen, so Lydia said just trust her 100%. Then she texts back straight away saying actually there isn't a charge. So first there was a charge, she sent the charge sheet, then there wasn't a charge. Obviously I can't show you all the picture messages and stuff, I'm just written a few notes down here. So then there wasn't a charge, it's actually conditions and alleged offences. But what's the alleged offence? Is it conspiracy to murder and they let you out after 6 hours? That police station's going to get told off when all these hierarchies find out that they let the big Jeanette Archer disappear after 6 hours. So I texted Jeanette anyway the following day to talk to her, and then response was, my house has been raided again. And I writ back saying, I hope you're recording them, I hope someone's recording them, because when the police come to my house, as you'll see on my old video last year, when the police came and raided my house, I didn't get a chance to get a camera out before they jumped all over me. But luckily Emily managed to get the camera out and start recording, because I told her to, get your camera out now, because I know that's one of my safety things. If you can get a camera out in front of an officer, their balls will shrink a little bit because they know they're being recorded. They can't be so dirty if they chose to be. They're not all dirty, there's some really good officers out there, don't get me wrong. So that itself needs questioning. What I have said to Lydia, and I actually do think it's quite a good point, it's more likely it probably says fraud on her paperwork than it does anything else, because she's hiding it so goddamn fucking strongly. And whoever this Justin is, who's meant to have been her legal advisor of some sort or whatever, believe me, get Justin to come speak to me, because I've got a few things I'd like to say to him. He's full of shit and he ain't no legal advisor. So what I have said can be elaborated and checked by everyone. There is no laws or no legislation, statute acts or bail conditions to say you couldn't show your documents to anyone. If you are being done for inciting violence, inciting something bad, then I'm sure that they would have some sort of public order saying, look, I've had public orders, I'm not allowed to carry a mobile phone or any device in public that can amplify music. Basically, stop making videos about corruption and exposing it is what they wanted to do to us. After months of having that, eventually, because we kept putting pressure back to them, they had to give all our stuff back and release the bail conditions, and there was no charges. But they got to shut us up and slow us down for a bit. If Jeanette was going through the same, which I would love to believe, let me know. Let every single person know that is following you and supporting you and spending their money into your bank account because you've asked for legal fees in one post, but then it's all of the devices, mobile devices and stuff on a different post. So what is it you want the money for? And donations would be a good question. Do you want it for legal fees, which you've not got any yet? Because if you're under investigation and you've not been charged, there is no court case. There's nothing to worry about. So that's an interesting one to find out. What was her donations for? Devices or legal fees? Which is why I think when I said to Lydia and Jeanette this morning about my side of the law, I'm no expert, but believe me, I'll be looking forward to your video to see what's being said. Now all of a sudden, their live at 11:30 was cancelled. And Lydia's message to me says, Jeanette said not to do it now. She wants to edit what Lydia is to tell us all. So I'm like, are you fucking joking? If I put this information out now to the public, game over. But I could be doing something very bad there if it was all legit, and I would feel fucking ashamed and I'm very angry at myself if I did. But I'm doing this today because I've seen so much and I've questioned so much, and I've now been blocked and deleted and whatnot. And of course, I just feel like I need to let everyone know so I can drop it to tomorrow morning. And I mean this, tonight before going to sleep, I'll be removing some of the minion workers she's got, not because I've got a problem with them, just because I don't want to speak any further from here. I'm dropping it as of tonight. I'm starting fresh tomorrow, crack on with my day, and of course going further with what I do anyway. But so, to the children's side, the things that she's mentioned, of course the videos that have been going around, there's some very, very good stuff people put together to make a point. But again, what she stands for, what Jeanette stands for, is important. So that's what makes me think, what the hell? You know, to me it should be legit, but why can't she face nothing? Why won't she answer these questions? Especially when I've told her numerous times, every single day, it's getting worse and worse now, it's building up, now I'm questioning, but I've been told, do not ask questions, it's dark energy and satanic. So, the arrested thing, there's no law against it. So if you are going to support Jeanette from here forward, please, get your evidence, you want to see all this stuff, find out if it's handwritten, find out if it's got signatures on it, find out the officers' names, just look into it, because for me something weren't quite right. Rulers are slightly different. Rulers like to control people, get them to do this, get them to do that, get them to do this, get them to do that. Kind of what I've seen over the last week with Jeanette and her group. She seems to be ruling them quite well, with getting them to do jobs that she should be doing herself. She's meant to be a victim of the most horrific things the world has ever seen. But yet, the moment she got arrested, traumatised, can't speak to anyone, will not do no live videos, just care about myself for a bit, but please throw some money into my account. And I've seen quite a few people's comments of what they put in to her account. Well, I expect she's got a few devices sorted, ready to do a video for tomorrow, to let all her decent followers know what the fuck has gone on, and show all of her evidence. Let's talk about her strength. I'm not, you know, from what she's shown me over the last week, if one arrest, which being who she is, saying the things she's been saying for the last 2 years about the Queen, about the Princess family, about even David Icke, who I will stand and tell everyone, if he is meant to be a Mason, then he's most probably a white hat, and he's doing it deliberately to wake humanity up. When he talks about reptilians and things like that, people say that's how they threw people off. You know, whatever. Same thing, but she's even said David Icke has done things to children, and she knows this for a fact. I'm like, you can't go around saying these things unless you are a fact and you can back it up. Well, she can't back it up, but she's happy to say these things. So she should expect the police to come and arrest her at some point. But guess what? The moment she got arrested, her world has ended. She's destroyed. She can't face anyone on screen. She can't face any questions. She's so traumatised and broken down. What, 7 days later, look, 6 days later, still nothing. How many promises have been on the SRA group for updates and official evidence to come forward, official statements, but not one thing has come forward, has it, guys? So, truthful. Well, look at her videos, please. There is probably going to be lots of links flying around. Watch 2 videos of her and watch her say different things about the same thing. I don't know how truthful you can get. They do say if you're going to be a liar, be a good liar. Maybe she's just got confused or whatever it is, it's the build-up of emotions, and maybe she got things wrong here and there. I do not know, but all I'm saying is, I wish she bloody just responded to me with a picture at the start of the week, which she would have had, or, because we was on WhatsApp speaking, or even just did some sort of effort to try and say, here you go Richard, settle your mind. I would have settled everyone else's mind and I wouldn't be doing this now. It's sufficing anything part. She's made very clear that when you are in positions like mine and hers, we should learn how to ignore the hoaxsters, they're called apparently, or the ones who question us.